even if they listed all the ingredients in bold letters, you'd still be like, I have no idea what glycerol is. I have no idea. What the fuck do you mean? I have seen you at 3 a.m. and eat A and W. You ever order anything from here and you're like, can I get the mom? And it's right in front of you. Like, what the fuck is happening? That is way too fast. That is way too fast. And none of us have ever complained. None of us have ever complained.
Pandemic parody, or pandemic-based comedy, is a new tactic used in the comedy world. This tactic involves comedians relying on or taking inspiration from their experiences during the pandemic and incorporating it into their routines. After the initial COVID-19 lockdown, the comedy had taken a bit of a hit as everything came to a stop. With clubs closed and everyone at home, comedians resorted to creative ways of continuing their work.
I was doing a lot of gigs, a lot of clubs every weekend. A lot of the new material was hitting, and I was very excited about where comedy was going. And then obviously March of 2020 happened, and it just kind of shut everything down. And I did a few Zoom shows actually through the guy that set up this interview, Jason. He's my primary booker and agent, and he was fielding a lot of calls for Zoom shows for like corporate parties, corporate Christmas parties, stuff like that. So I did a lot of that. It was relatively different though, because I was kind of, I was like this. I was just kind of in a seat, like telling my jokes and my bits that just, it was just kind of had an awkward feel to it. But it was nice to kind of do that during it.
One common way comedians crafted their work throughout the pandemic was through live Zoom shows. Many clubs and bookings took to Zoom to continue the shows they couldn't do in person, taking the opportunity to use pandemic parody in their virtual routines.
Oh, thanks so much, everybody. I miss doing this. I miss doing Zoom comedy, guys. I missed you guys all dearly. I especially missed beginning earlier in the show. We had a little bit of a banter. It seems like we have a huge community here.
People in this city, they say we're mean. Like they say we're rude and not nice. We're nice people. The problem is we're not good at being nice. Like we just don't do it the right way. That's the problem. Here's an example. They wanted to make it safer in Midtown. There is a school for people who are visually impaired, and they wanted to have a crosswalk where instead of having to read, walk, don't walk, there's a voice telling you which street you can cross. Sounds like a good idea. The problem is they got the most New York sounding retired firefighter kind of guy to do the recording. So now when you hit that button, all you hear is safe to cross 23rd Street.
Now that we've returned to in-person activities, so has comedy. Many comedians are back to their regular Friday night shows, bringing pandemic parody onto the main stage.
So I love Zoom. The Zoom shows have went down considerably now that everybody's back in person. And being able to do it on Zoom just opens it up to much more opportunities. So I'm never going to be upset with more opportunities for comedians.
To many people, pandemic parody has brought the world of comedy closer together than ever, sparking a connection between the comedian and their audience.
I was terrified at first. I didn't think it would work. And it worked great. And I'm actually really happy now that comedians have two ways to connect to audiences. So they can connect it live at the comedy club or at a corporate show. But they can also then connect on a virtual corporate show or a virtual event and build up a fan base just as easily.
Comedians like Arthur Simon, Dustin Cole, and many others continue to use this kind of parody in their work and will continue to do so in the future. This is Natasha Badai, TMSJ.